Good morning, friends. Today it's our lecture number 4, lecture number 8, unit 4, and the title of this unit is Data Manipulation and Recording. Okay, this is the next lecture of our series, Robotic Process Automation. In this particular lecture, we will discuss how we can manipulate the data, okay, and the recording, process of recording, whatsoever we have done or we can do in our project or in our procedure. You can say that any kind of port you are going to prepare, how we can manipulate the data and how the recording can be done. Okay, we will discuss in the upcoming lectures that there are various types of recording available in RPA, how we can record the data, how can we can manipulate the data. We will discuss this particular thing in this lecture. Okay, today's the outline of this particular lecture is data manipulation. We can say that, or introduction of the data manipulation. In this particular point, we will discuss how the data is to be manipulated, or what are the procedures, what are the functions, or what are the, you can say that, process through which you can manipulate the data. Second one is scalar variables. Third one is collections and tables. Next is text manipulation, and last one is data manipulation. Okay, don't confuse with the terms text manipulation and data manipulation. Okay, whatsoever data may be, for if we are talking about the data manipulation, that means the data can be either your text data itself, video, audio. You can say that your images is also a kind of data. But in text manipulation, we will discuss about only the manipulation of the text. Okay, so don't be confused in the terms text manipulation and data manipulation. Your text may be the data, okay, but data may be of many varieties that we have already discussed. You can say that audio, video, images, or any kind of thing including text, right? Next, first of all, we'll discuss the definition of the data manipulation. It is the process of modifying, structuring, formatting, or sorting through data in order to facilitate its uses and increases its management capabilities. Okay, data manipulation means we are talking about manipulation means itself the name suggests, or the name says manipulation means you can modify, you can restructure, you can format or sort the data in order to facilitate its using and increasing its capabilities. Okay, this is the definition of the data manipulation. Before learning about data manipulation, we shall see what variables, collections, and arguments, okay, are, what kind of data they store, and what their scope is. First of all, we in you have already learned many programming languages till now, and you have also seen over there you can declare the variables, any kind of collections, like in Java you use the collections or the arguments. Okay, what kind of that particular data is, and what is the scope of that data, or you can say that either the data or variables or arguments, that can be anything. Okay, so before learning to the data manipulation, we will see what about the variables, collections, arguments, and what kind of data they store. If you simply say that variable, for example, collections, arguments, what kind of data they can contain, what kind of data they can store, and what is the scope of that particular data or that variable or collections or any kind of arguments. Okay, we will then carry out various examples of data manipulation. We will also learn to store and retrieve the data. Okay, next. In previous slides, I told you about the variables, uh, about the variables, okay, and collections, and next one is our arguments. Here we are discussing the variables. There are different types of variables. Variables can be classified into three categories. Okay, variable can be classified into three categories. First one is scalar. These are the variables that can hold only a single data point of a particular data type, right? I am talking about the scalar variable. as the name itself suggests, scalar means single, and the definition of this particular is scalar is these are variables that can only hold a single data point of a particular data type. For example, you can say that character, integer, double, and so on. This is what the scalar is. If we are talking about the scalar variable, we are discussing the types of variables, or you can say that categories of variables. In it, first one is the scalar. Second one is collections. Collection means these are the variables that can hold one or more data points of a particular type. For example, array, list, dictionaries, and so on. Okay. So collections. In the same way, table. These are a tabular form of the data structure which consists of rows and column. Okay. Till now we have discussed the variable only. In previous slides I have already told you, again I am telling you, in previous slides we have seen three words. First one is variable, second one is argument, third one is collection. Okay. In this particular slides we are discussing the different types of variable, and we have already seen that the types may be the scalar variable, where the value, that particular variable will hold the single value. You can see that there will be the collections variable. It is the I am not talking about that collection that I told you in previous slides. I am telling you collection variable. Collection variable means that can hold one or more value of a particular data type. As you can see in examples, you can use the list, you can use the arrays and dictionaries and many more. Tables that contains rows and column, or tabular form of the data structure which consists of rows and columns. Okay. In a collection we have already discussed the variable. Now we are discussing the collection data type. In a collection we can store one or more data points, as we have already discussed in collection point. Okay. But all the data must be same. For example, all the data must be same. Such types of definition or such types of things we have already studied or already done in array. So consider an example. An array is a collection in which we can store different values of a particular data type. Okay, it is a fixed data type, meaning if we store 5 values in that particular array, it cannot add or remove any values or values in that array. Okay, this is about the collection data type. Okay, data type means we are talking about the scalar variable, okay, collection and tables, right? Next is business discussion, in which data manipulations can be used. Okay, we will discuss while we are implementing the concepts in a practical manner. Then we will apply the concepts of the business scenarios where we can manipulate the data, or you can say that where data manipulation can be used. First one is data manipulation methods are frequently employed by websites owners to extract and view specific information from the web server logs. Okay, that allows for watching their most important page as well as the traffic source, right? Next is consider the process of interrogating public, financial or legal databases. Data manipulation provides the mean for the credit analyst to extract only the relevant data and use it in other document or correlate it with information from other sources, right? Next, again, generic value. We are discussing the concept of data manipulation. Okay, now generic value. Okay, generic value type can be used to store any kind of data. Okay, data maybe you can say that scalar data, you can say that your collections or your arguments. Generic value type can be used to store any kind of data, but the trade-off is that you lose any default specific method. Next is arrays and lists are very similar. We have already discussed where the same kind of data is to be stored. you can use array. Here arrays and lists are similar. The main difference between that list have a variable size while an array has a fixed size. Okay. When looking to a store key value pair or just have a single variable for multiple values, you should use the dictionaries. Just keep in mind, when looking to store key value pair means you are having a particular key and corresponding to that key you must have a value. Okay, means key value pair. When looking to store key value pair or just have a single variable for multiple values, you should use the dictionary. This dictionary is also a kind of data type. We will discuss it on later. Next, by typing dot after a string variable, IntelliSense show you a list of available methods of the string data type. Okay, use strings split method. You can get the piece of the string separated by the characters. Okay. Next is string can be concatenated by using the plus sign. In many programming languages, in earlier semester when you have studied in any programming language, you have already seen that plus can act as a, you can say that it can be used as a concatenation operation. Okay, you can use the plus sign for concatenation, but for more complex cases, you should use the string format method. Okay. Visual Basic provides now a date time with current timestamp. Okay. When using read CSV, make sure you check the property includes column name. Property name is include column name. Okay. It is a single word. If you want the first row to be treated as column name, you can filter table rows by using the select method. It's best to keep your variable inside the innermost scope. Isolated workflows can only use as argument type that are serializable. And these are the references of this particular topic. Again, I am briefing the lecture. This is the this particular topic is a very small topic. Okay, where we have just only discussed about the concept of data manipulation. In data manipulation, we have discussed the types of data, we have discussed the scalar, variable, okay, collections and argument, and after that we have discussed the generic type also. Okay, you can refer the textbooks as well as the reference books that I have already mentioned in the PPT. If you have any doubt or any problem, we can discuss it. Okay, thank you so much.